Hello everyone, and welcome to History of the Ancient World. Today, we're journeying back in time, not just through historical records, but into the very soul of ancient civilizations, their myths and legends. These aren't just bedtime stories. They are the keys to understanding how our ancestors saw the world, their fears, their hopes, and their greatest questions. From the mighty gods of Olympus to the epic heroes of Mesopotamia, these tales have shaped cultures and continue to fascinate us. So grab a comfortable seat as we peel back the layers of time and explore the incredible stories that defined the ancient world. Our first stop is ancient Greece, a land where gods walked among mortals and epic heroes battled impossible odds. At the heart of their pantheon were the 12 Olympians, led by the powerful Zeus, king of the gods and ruler of the skies. His brothers, Poseidon and Hades, commanded the seas and the underworld, respectively. These gods were not distant, perfect beings. They were flawed, emotional, and deeply human in their desires and rivalries. Think of Hera's jealousy, Apollo's passion for music and prophecy, or Athena's wisdom in battle and crafts. These stories, like the myth of Prometheus who stole fire for humanity, weren't just for entertainment. They explained natural phenomena, like lightning being Zeus's thunderbolts, and provided a moral compass, teaching lessons about hubris, courage, and the consequences of one's actions. The epic poems, Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, are prime examples, giving us a window into the Greek values of honor, glory, and the perilous journey home. And now, let's travel east to the Fertile Crescent, to ancient Egypt, where the myths were as monumental as their pyramids. Egyptian mythology is intrinsically linked to the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, mirroring the annual flooding of the Nile River that sustained their civilization. The central story is the myth of Osiris, the benevolent god-king who was tragically murdered by his envious brother, Set. Osiris's devoted wife, Isis, pieced his body back together and through her magic resurrected him to become the ruler of the underworld. Their son, Horus, eventually avenged his father and claimed his rightful place as the king of the living. This powerful narrative wasn't just a divine drama, it was the foundation of their beliefs about the afterlife. It gave every Egyptian hope that, like Osiris, they too could overcome death and achieve eternal life through judgment and ritual, as detailed in the Book of the Dead. From the banks of the Nile, we journey to the land between the rivers, Mesopotamia, home to some of the earliest civilizations like the Sumerians, Akkadians, and Babylonians. Here we find one of the oldest surviving works of literature, the Epic of Gilgamesh. It tells the story of Gilgamesh, a powerful but tyrannical king of Uruk, who embarks on a profound journey after the death of his beloved friend, Enkidu. Haunted by his own mortality, Gilgamesh seeks the secret to eternal life. His quest brings him face to face with gods, monsters, and a wise man named Utnapishtim, who survived a great flood sent by the gods to wipe out humanity. Sound familiar? This ancient flood myth predates the story of Noah's Ark by centuries. Ultimately, Gilgamesh fails to achieve immortality, but he returns to his city a changed man, having learned that the true legacy lies not in living forever, but in the deeds one accomplishes and the walls one builds for their community. It's a timeless lesson about accepting our humanity and finding meaning in our finite lives. Heading north, we arrive in the rugged, cold lands of the Norse people. Their mythology is a stark contrast to the sun-drenched tales of the Mediterranean. It's a world of stoic gods, fearsome giants, and the ever-present threat of Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods and the end of the world. At the center of their cosmos is Yggdrasil, the great world tree connecting the 9 realms. Odin, the All-Father, sacrificed an eye for wisdom and hung himself from Yggdrasil to discover the secrets of the runes. His son, Thor, the mighty god of thunder, defended both gods and humanity from the destructive frost giants with his hammer, Mjolnir. But Norse myths are also filled with cunning and trickery, embodied by the complex figure of Loki, a blood brother to Odin who often helps the gods but ultimately precipitates their doom. This mythology reflects the harsh realities of Scandinavian life, emphasizing bravery in the face of an unavoidable fate and the glory of dying a heroic death in battle, which would earn a warrior a place in Valhalla. Finally, we cross the vast ocean to the Americas, where rich and diverse mythologies flourished long before the arrival of Europeans. Let's look at the Aztecs in Mesoamerica. Their cosmos was built on a cycle of creation and destruction, believing they were living in the fifth world, or the fifth sun. This world was sustained by divine sacrifice, which translated into the human ritual of sacrifice, a practice they believed was necessary to feed the gods and keep the sun moving across the sky. Their chief deity, Huitzilopochtli, was the god of sun and war, born fully armed to defend his mother, Coatlicue, the earth goddess. To the south, in the Andes, the Inca Empire worshipped Inti, the sun god, from whom the Sapa Inca, or emperor, was believed to be directly descended. Their creation myth centers on the god Viracocha, who emerged from Lake Titicaca to create the world, the sun, the moon, and the first humans. These myths were not just stories. They were the political and religious bedrock of these empires, justifying the rule of the elite and organizing the relationship between the people, the state, and the divine cosmos. From the halls of Asgard to the pyramids of Giza, these myths and legends reveal a fundamental human need, the need to make sense of the world around us. They are not just fantastic tales of gods and monsters. They are the philosophical, scientific, and moral frameworks of ancient societies. They answered the big questions. Where did we come from? Why are we here? What happens when we die? They explained the changing of the seasons, the rising of the sun, and the ferocity of a storm. In the actions of heroes like Odysseus and Gilgamesh, they explored the virtues of courage, wisdom, and community. In the flawed nature of gods like Zeus and Loki, they reflected our own complexities and contradictions. These stories have been passed down for thousands of years, evolving and adapting, yet their core messages about the human condition remain as powerful and relevant today as they were in the ancient world. They are a shared inheritance, a testament to the enduring power of human imagination. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the myths and legends of antiquity. It's truly amazing to see how these ancient stories still echo in our culture today. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to History of the Ancient World for more deep dives into our incredible past. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.